Hey, we're back. Oh, darn. Oh.
Oh, hey. Hey. Oh, sorry, I didn't notice you. Hey, Storm. Sorry. Hey, how's it going, Storm? Good to see you. Hey. Hello. Been a bit. Yes, it has been a bit. What you been up to? Kind of indecisive about what I want to draw tonight. It's going pretty good. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah. Mostly what I've been doing too. Um, I got COVID. I caught COVID a few weeks ago, so that was pretty miserable. But besides that, life has been going sort of normally. Uh, what games have you been playing? Anything good? The Human? Yes, I can do that. One second. Let me grab something. Just 1 second. I'll be right back. Ah. Un momento. I can't find it. I used to have a Finn hat. I used to have a Finn hat, but I can't find it. Darn it. How are Dead by Daylight and Helldivers? Let me find a good reference. Okay. Oh, I can't believe I can't find my fin hat. That's so disappointing. I've heard good things about Helldivers. I'm not really into like the MMO stuff, but I like that it's basically Starship Troopers, the game. I think that's really fun. Okay. I can't find it. Darn it. I'm disappointed. Oh well. I have been trying to find a new game to play. Been bored lately with the stuff I've been doing. Let's do it on different. So maybe I'll give it a look. I was trying to find like a good RPG or something to play, but I've been thinking about sitting down and trying to rewatch the entirety of Adventure Time at some point. Yeah, but Storm, I've played Fallout so many times in my life. I need something new to play. Was a little bit disappointed with Starfield. I played Watch Dogs. Wasn't super impressed. My favorite was the third one, where you could recruit anybody. That one was fun. That I liked that premise. Oh, is that? I think I've heard of that one. That might be an interesting one. Yeah. So, Michael, how are things going? Oh, okay. Night. Why would anybody go to bed? It's so early in the morning. It's only 2 o'clock in the morning. It's not like it's not like it's what are you talking about? It's not like it's the day's just started. We're I'm happy. Did you guys watch the Fiona and Cake show that they did recently? I thought that was really good, Fiona and Cake. The fact that it's like kind of like an adult cartoon now is pretty fun. Like they can do swears and violence now. Not that I ever thought, it needed it, but it's you can't do a story about baby Conan the Barbarian and not eventually get to the violent part. I always thought that was so interesting how anyways. I'm a pretty big Conan the Barbarian fan, and I always thought it's so funny that like the most obvious like modern descendant of him is like Adventure Time. I thought that was such a funny thing. It's a fairly reliable premise, I think, for kids' TV. Is to take an ostensibly like adult like protagonist of something like a Conan the Barbarian or something like a genre thing for adults and age the character down, and usually you can get something pretty fun out of that. Like Conan the Barbarian is ostensibly for grown-ups, is a grown-up show for grown-ups, grown-up books for grown-ups, although they're pretty churlish at times. That Michael, you still there? I guess I'm. Yes. Day, the sun and the stars on his face and shining absolute. Do, do. Oh, hey, Kelly. Yo, how's it going, Cal? How could you make that mistake? How's it going, Callie? What can't you post? I don't know. What As a writer, it's my job to show people the true nature of reality through my delicate words. I agree with you, Kelly. We are better than everybody else in the world. As a writer, as a writer, as a writer, our jobs, see, as an artist, Callie, as an artist, our jobs are to show people the truth through our art. So here's my drawing of Finn the human. It's okay. I could have done better. See, it's our job to ask, what is art? We are truth tellers. It's okay, it's not my best. Now I'm just waiting for it to dry. We're truth tellers. We take America. We guide humanity through the darkness, through our noble pursuits, like Did you ever see Adventure Time? I like Adventure Time. I think it holds up surprisingly well. That's one thing that bugs me about inking is it always takes a minute for it to dry. I probably could have done better. Oh well, I'll try again another time. What should we do now? What piece of art? I'm thinking of making her the drawing I did yesterday. Um. One line done. A million more to go. What? Yeah, I guess you could call she's a little muscular. Yeah, I guess you could say that. I hadn't noticed. Hey, Callie. Parlez-vous français? No, no, no. How can I speak French? Tell me how I can speak French. Slow and steady wins the race. Oh, that's fun. I've wanted to do that with like people who speak different languages on here. Like I had hoped to like maybe that I could set up a translator so that for me it translates what everybody says into English, but they can just speak their they can just type their regular language. But I haven't found a thing. Some people I've seen some stuff that says it can do it, but it's weird to install. What program are you using? Google Chrome. I'm a dedicated Firefox user. But that's a cool thing. Slow and steady wins the race, Sean. Are you trying to learn French, Calais? Calais, are you trying? Cal, are you trying to learn French? Poursuivez-vous non? I was in an improv scene once, and somehow I got through the entire scene speaking like the little broken French that I knew how to speak. And I'm never sure how I did that because I've never been able to replicate that. I'm like, because after the end, people asked me, "Oh, do you speak French?" And I was like, "No, I don't. I don't know how I was able to. I just." Of course, the ah. What's the language you've made the most progress on? Would you say? French. Not even going to try and learn Klingon, Galley. How are you going to speak? Well, that's cool. Do you ever plan on visiting any of these places at some point? Be fun to. You ever want to visit France, Calais? Go to Calais. Well, Calais, you've already been to the world. Now you just got to go to specific parts of it. wish I could go to Europe. I'm still thinking of maybe spending a little bit of time in Spain, for a couple of months in Spain. Do you know you can get like an apartment in Madrid for like $500 a month? Wouldn't that be cool? Thanks, Dio. Glad to hear it. Superstar! I was, if I could, I would commission, if I had the money, I would commission a little bit of music to play every time my name gets mentioned. Superstar! A little graphic. It's complicated, but it makes sense in my head. Good to see you, bud. Oh, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. Super normal. I still don't have a full. I still don't have a great grasp of cross hatching. I'd like to take an inking class again at some point, but. This is a. I drew her on last night's stream. So. So what have been people doing? Callie here has been learning languages. Hey Callie, omelette de fromage. Omelette de fromage. Omelette de fromage. Tell me this other feature. Ooh, la la, fantastique. That's cool. Hopefully taking us into the Star Trek future where everybody can understand everybody. That's a good way to describe it. Art is just very prudish and takes a long time to open up to people. Give her a chance. I feel I'm kind of ruining this. That's happening. You know, I was on somebody else. Oh, there we go. Are you guys seeing ads? Tell me if you're seeing ads. I was on somebody else's stream and they were weird about ads. Just because I said, "Oh, ad break is coming up," and it says, "Well, I know that already," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure." Because I found, at least with people here, that it's very inconsistent who gets ads and who doesn't. So it's good to warn them, and it doesn't always come up for me. Okay. So what are we doing with it? What? I should. You know, I'm a bad inker. There's a lot of stuff I should do as an inker that I don't. Anyways. Like, one thing they tell you you should do is you should, like, take it and tape it, and I don't do that usually. Gonna give it a second to dry. And over to you for today's weather. Now I said it. Oh, is there a new Futurama? Okay. What should we draw? What's up next on our list of artistic subjects to cover? Ooh, new Futurama. Ooh, right, there's a new Batman thing. I gotta watch that. It is good advice. I just don't know what to draw right now. That is legit good advice, but I'm just a little bit stuck on what I want to do right now. It ain't the grain. Well, I'm drawing something different now. I probably should do that at some point. What city should I draw? Oh. Darn, I didn't even get close to it. No, I decided on something. Yeah, exactly. Have you ever thought about learning, Callie? Obviously, Callie, the language of the future is Esperanto. That's the only language anybody should be learning is Esperanto. Esperanto. It's everybody's favorite language. We all speak Esperanto all the time, right? Okay, I'm now aware that this might come off as very insensitive if people don't know what Esperanto is. Esperanto was an attempted creation of a universal language. Um, that comparatively flopped pretty hard. But you do get occasional people who are like super into it as a thing. That any day people are like now gonna like take it up as like a as the language of the future. Unless you speak it, and then that's okay. There's a sci-fi author who was super into it as an idea. I thought it was so funny. Isn't that like no? That's Despacito. From my understanding, isn't that like a super dirty song in real? Like not real. In like in translated like in reality it's like super dirty, but because it's like not in like English, nobody picks up on it. At least here. Despacito. Some. That's all I remember. And the fact that Weird Al covered it very recently. Well, yeah, but Kelly, you speak Spanish. That's why any monolingual loser who can't speak a second language, um, isn't picking up on it. You have a cool and you have a much more interesting history than us. I assume. You know what? I don't know everybody, but mine is very boring. Your mom's a prime minister. Uh, your literature is weird, but in a good way. Let's see. What does Despacito translated to English? You know, reading the translated lyrics, good. Yeah, they are a little dirty. I can see why they might be a little bit dirty, but it's not that big of a deal. I've heard worse. Can you? I'm sorry, I don't speak no. I don't speak no Latin derivatives. My apologies. I ain't speaking well in those Latin derivatives. My knowledge, my language pertains to mostly Germanic spaces. Kelly. I'm good at them Although English does have like good, pretty decent like I would argue a good amount of English is French derivative. Have you guys ever heard of the English Project? I found that one kind of fun. English. So English is an attempt to create an alternative English that has no French influence. Only pure Germanic. Dramatic language. Okay, let's break this. Okay, we're playing Would You Rather, everybody. Okay, Tio, when is the floor open for further questions? And did you mean Germanic languages or dramatic? Okay, dramatic language. Okay. Would I have to would I only have to speak in Shakespearean references? Okay, you asked the would you rather. You have all the knowledge. In this world, what happens if I don't speak in a dramatic language? Okay. Okay, how am I restricted when I hear something overly dramatic? What, like, how does that restrict me? What am I restricted by? Okay. And what are they saying to me? Let's go. Okay, I think I would rather speak in dramatic sentences. Callie, what would you do? Okay, now, reading from the Comedy Bang Bang Would You Rather list. Would you... Okay, now it's my turn. Remember, here are the rules of Would You Rather. I will open up the floor for questions. You should ask them to clarify the situation more, or you might be surprised and answer wrong. 2, until I officially close the floor, do not answer the would you rather. Okay. Would you rather be the best surgeon ever, but bees rule the world, or live in the biggest, most amazing treehouse as an immortal, but never leave? Okay? Do 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 the floor is opened. Ask your questions. I have all the answers.
Would you rather be the best surgeon ever, but bees rule the world, or live in the biggest, most amazing treehouse as an immortal but never leave?
No! 20 points deducted. 1,000,000 points deducted. You do not answer the scenario until you ask further clarifying questions. 1,000,000 points from Tio. Callie, you're in the lead. A 1,010,000 points deducted from Callie. You must ask clarifying questions. Tio, you're back in the lead with negative 1,000,000 points. You don't know the answer. You don't know the answer. You have to guess clarifying questions. You don't know the full implications of the world. I do. Ask clarifying questions. Ask more. You should ask questions because you'll get more answer. You'll get a clearer answer. Come on. Okay. The floor is still open. That's a very good question. You are in fact the last human doctor, and one of your main jobs is to save bees from killing other humans that have been forced to work as slaves in the cruel bee mines. Your job is to constantly save your cap. Your job is to constantly save your captor, save the cruel oppressors of your world from after they sting rebels trying to free humanity. Yes. Keep asking questions. You don't know the full implications of any of this world. You got to keep asking questions. And also, good question. 5 points. Another negative 1,000,000 for Callie. You gotta ask questions. Clarify. I have all the answer. I have all the answers about this world. Getting bees out of humans. Next to that, nose jobs. You were trained as a plastic surgeon initially before the bees conquered. Oh, all the time. That's your main job, is to save bees who stung rebelling humans. Oh, hyper intelligent. The most Why did that pop up earlier? Oh, weird. Anyways, hyper intelligent. The most intelligent. Be so intelligent that they quickly conquered all of the human race in 3 days. You're not asking about the treehouse. Nobody's asking about the treehouse. Not how it works. 50 points reduced. You gotta ask questions about the treehouse. You gotta make an informed decision. Nope, you're a normal human. You age also like a human. So it's immortality, but without youth, everlasting youth. So you're gonna age normally in that treehouse. But you just can't die as long as you stay inside. Second you walk outside, though, dead. Yes. The tree and the treehouse will exist as long as you stay in it. Your soul is connected to the treehouse.
You'll age naturally. Okay. Floor closed. The floor is closed for questions. Okay. Callie, what's your answer? Greatest surgeon in the world, but bees rule? Or live forever in the world's greatest treehouse, but you can never leave? Okay. Tio, what's your answer? And Tio was right. Tio was correct. You should have picked being immortal in a treehouse. The thing none of you ever asked, though, was there anybody else in there with you being immortal? And the answer was yes. Everybody you've ever loved would also get to be immortal, but they would stay young and happy forever, and they could leave whenever they want, and they would stay immortal. So your joy, even though you grow old, your joy in seeing them for eternity being happy means you will attain eternal happiness. So in many ways, the best version of your life you live. Also, you're incredibly wealthy, and because you're immortal, you're able to beat back the super intelligent bees. So, yep, you should have picked the treehouse. See, this is why we ask questions. This is why we ask questions about our life. This is why we ask questions. Okay. Okay, new one. Now remember, these aren't what they seem, and you have to ask clarifying questions when I ask it. Okay, new question. Would you rather have a tiny goblin slap your food to the ground every time you try and eat, or gain mental control over all humans as long as you can perform pull-ups without dropping? Okay, Phil. The floor is now open for questions. Okay, would you rather have a tiny goblin slap your food to the ground every time you try and eat, or gain mental control over all humans as long as you can perform pull-ups without dropping. So as long as you can do a pull-up without dropping, you control all humans. Ask questions. Don't 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 just jump into this. You know it'll go wrong. The tiny goblin yes, the tiny goblin can always reach your food no matter what you do. Yes, but the goblin's child, the goblin's son, will come and replace them, and they're even faster and quicker because they've read up on all, they've seen for your entire life you trying to avoid to outsmart their parent, and they know all the tricks that you do, and they've had ideas. The older goblin was maybe a little bit too set in their ways. And 5 points for Callie. Yes, you can learn new tricks, but the goblins are very smart and very crafty, and they always outsmart you in the end. No, all these goblins are Oxford educated. They're legacies. Yeah, so they do speak in like British accents and have really patronizing views of you. Anytime you want to watch like a mainstream film, they're going to be very judgy of you. Yeah, you can. But the goblins always stamp on the food before you get to it. Nobody's asked any questions about the being able to control all human beings as long as you can do pull-ups. The goblin gets in. The goblin swore to its high priest that it will follow you for the rest of your life and slap food right out of your hand. And the goblin is hyper religious, so it'll never break it because it might go to goblin hell. They think they'll go to goblin hell. Nope.
The goblin interprets all of that as food. Anything that you put in your mouth and swallow, in the goblin's mind, is food. You haven't asked questions about the other scenario. The goblin will refuse. The goblin will refuse and will never break, and will become so despondent that the goblin will stop eating. But then the goblin son takes over, and the goblin son is already an atheist and is doing this out of pure honor obligations to his family's name because of how cruel you were to his father. Also, the goblin religion in this world is real. Nope. As long you are just incredibly weak in this world. The giant alien spaceship that came down to Earth and granted you this power to control all humans assumed that you could easily do a pull-up, but you can't. Also, people are unaware that you're doing this. Yep, scientifically proven definitive fact. Nope, you can't. The second another person tries to help you, it stops. What are you talking about, Trick? This is normal, straight. And the floor is closed. Okay, no more questions. Okay, what's your answer? And Callie, what's your answer? What's your answer? Would you rather have a tiny goblin slap food to the ground every time you try and eat, or mental control over all humans as long as you can perform pull-ups? But you have to be performing pull-ups while you're controlling all humans. Okay, Tio? Okay, both you and Tio picked control all humans. And that is wrong! The first one was the correct choice. You see, the goblins may have been slapping food out of your hand, but that's only because you live in a world where all food has been poisoned by an evil alien spaceship, and the second you would have eaten it, the food you would have been controlled mentally by the evil alien spaceship. And goblins have the ability with their feet to remove the brain control poison. So you managed to save the world. You managed to rid humanity from the evil controlling aliens. Under the goblins. But in the first scenario, you control them. Just gotta think.
You never asked the important question, Tio and Callie. Why were the goblins doing it? Huh? You never asked the most important question. Why? We figured out a lot of the mechanics, but we never figured out why they would want to do it in the first place. They have magic in their feet. We could do it. Do you guys want to? Oh boy. No, people didn't get that one. Okay. Okay. Would you rather be forced to, every time you see another human being, comment on their teeth, or be only able to speak in quotes from Shrek 2? Floor is open. No, only Shrek 2. Yes. You're allowed to say that. Underwear was banned. That's weird. Well, now that you mention it, it turns out that they do. 50 points every time you successfully have a... Oh. Add. Every time you successfully say a Shrek, every time people don't detect that you are only speaking in Shrek 2 quotes, 1,000 pounds of carbon gas from the atmosphere gets removed. Well, yes, you can speak. You speak all languages. You speak all languages, but only in Shrek quotes. So you can directly quote from the Shrek, Spanish version of Shrek, the Russian version of Shrek, the Lithuanian version of Shrek if you want.
Boop, boop, boop. You have hyper clear vision only on people's teeth. In fact, the number one thing you can recognize is people's teeth, and faces are quite blurry. You can almost see to the microscopic level. On teeth. You occasionally on clear days can even see like the atoms and the electrons move in teeth because their vision is so clear. Only for teeth. No. The irony is you flunked out of dentist school. You actually made enemies of the dentists of the world because of your ability. You're constantly being hunted by dentists. Precisely. You've also met Cassandra from Greek mythology once. She's still alive, walking around in the world. You dated briefly. But that's an aside. That doesn't have anything to do with the teeth. You also briefly dated Aphrodite and Athena. But again, that doesn't really have anything to do with the teeth. Just an aside. Nope, you can never be a dentist. Have to ask. Have to ask questions to find out. No, oftentimes people are very confused by what you're saying. And they think you're just making fun of them at the end, and you lose friendships very quickly. Oh, thank you, Caesar salad. Hello, hello. We're playing. You have arrived. Okay, floor is closed for questions. Bada bing. I've closed the floor. We can start. Partly so if Tia wants to join in on the game, we can start anew. Gotta ask those questions. I close it randomly at any time. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Tia. You'll never know, Callie. You'll never know. What's your choice? So, Caesar, are you an artist? Sorry, you walked into us playing a game. Oh, that's so cool. What type of stuff do you draw? You choose teeth? Callie, what do you choose? What type of stuff do you draw? Do you want to share some? Speak in nothing but Shrek quotes. Speak in nothing but Shrek quotes. What type of characters are? What type of characters? See, I should do more of that. I want to create more do more original characters. I just draw references all day. Who would you say is like your favorite character that you've created recently? Callie, the floor is closed. You cannot ask any more questions. You must answer would you rather. Can we see one? Oh, I'd love to see that. Yeah, sure. Discord. If you are so inclined, is the easiest way to do it. Callie, what do you pick?
Shrek quotes her teeth, Callie. Shrek quotes her teeth.
Under art, Caesar, if you would. Oh, dentist. The correct answer was Shrek quotes. Pretty soon you master the Shrek quotes. Master the Shrek quotes, and nope, you already made a decision. 10 million points for Duke. You lose 10 million points, Callie. You can't change your answer after you make a decision. You quickly master the Shrek quotes, and realizing that there are enough Shrek quotes that theoretically you can say almost any word in any human language, you quickly become a savant of all languages. Your ability to effortlessly communicate with some occasional hiccups where you go donkey. Notwithstanding, you become an internationally acclaimed and important diplomat, and you also date all three Greek goddesses in the diplomat, and you stop every single major war for the next 50 years. Continue every year winning a new Nobel Peace Prize. You become rich and successful, and you also date the Greek goddesses in this universe. Okay, let's see yours. I'm excited. Ooh. Oh, I love Caesar salad. That's so fun. That's cool. Dude, you got such a cool style. I love your style, dude. Yeah. Yeah. How long have you been drawing? Caesar, do you want to join us in playing the game we were playing? Do you want to join us in playing the game we were doing? Yeah. Well, you've definitely improved. You don't have to. Okay, the trick Caesar to this is you have to ask questions. We're playing Would You Rather. I'm going to open the floor. I'm going to give you a scenario, and I'm going to open the floor, and you have to ask. Don't assume the answer after you hear it. So I'm going to ask you a Would You Rather scenario. Okay, let me find a good one. Let's see. Some of these are a little inappropriate. Okay. Okay, let's do that one. Okay, would you rather have to marry and then divorce everybody you meet or be a ghost lawyer? The floor is not open for questions. Hold. The floor is now open for questions. I will close it at some random point. So be prepped for that. Would you rather have to marry everybody you meet, every adult, every age-appropriate person that you meet, or be a ghost lawyer? Can lawyer for ghosts. Also lawyer for you're both an expert lawyer for ghosts, but you also are a ghost lawyer. So you're an excellent litigator for ghosts, but you're also if you objects, what happens? Pass through. Ghosts can't interact with objects. We don't have to do it if you don't want to, please. Ghosts can't interact with objects. This is just something I do to pass the time when in down points. Yeah, you're a bedsheet. You're like a little bedsheet ghost, you know. You're just a flying white. I mean, it might be if you ask the right question. It's not a bad concept, right? 20 points for Caesar. 30 points for Caesar. You're at 50 points now. Oh, there's also points. Don't worry, you're ahead. Still got time. You guys haven't asked about the marriage scenario yet. Okay, floor closed. What do you pick? Okay. Okay. I'll tell you the right answer after everybody says their picks. Oh, this is a good one. And the right answer is Ghost Lawyer. Ghost Lawyer is the correct answer. Although your main job is representing the person in the other scenario as a divorce attorney. You can't play tactics on me, Callie. Okay. Would you rather have a private jet you can't fly or have to wear a Sorcerer Mickey costume at work? Floor open. Sorcerer Mickey? I was worried that reference might be a little dated. Sorcerer Mickey. This costume. Oh, but you know there's some. Don't go assuming. You can hang out in it. You can live in it. You can live in it. You can rent you can rent it out to other people who want to take. You rent it out to social media influencers who want to take pictures in it. That's a real thing that happens. Yes, but nothing particularly fun. Uh, you know, cheese. Cheese is melted perfectly every time on food, and brooms are always there when you need one. Yes. That's not a bad idea. Real thing that actually exists in LA. There is, yes, it's alive. Uh, working for Enron just before it goes bankrupt and everybody goes broke. You're the CEO of Enron. Yeah, yeah. The jet is being taken care of by your soulmate. That's how you meet. That's how you meet and fall in love. And they're the perfect match for you in every way. The costume has services. Yeah. It can. It can. Oh, no, why was that blocked? Oh, whatever. Sorry, I didn't mean to block that. Yeah. Soulmate or best friend. Soulmate or best friend. You meet a person that you super hyper click with, and you're happy. You're happy. You're always happy when they're around. There's always something to ask.
You keep thinking of questions. You can ask any question you want until I close the floor, which is not right now.
The floor is still open.
As big as a house.
It's very comfortable to live in. Yes. The costume is the single most comfortable thing to sleep in the world. I would pick the right one, Tio. I would pick the right answer.
Yeah, decorated, super classy. Like, you're awed of the like sheer elegance and class of the thing. You feel so special. Callie, negative 200 million points. The floor isn't closed. Floor is closed. Okay. Floor is closed. Negative 5 points for each of you. Okay, what do you pick? What's your answer? Okay, Callie. Costume. Unfortunately, it was the costume. You guys never asked the power to summon a broom every time you want. Guess what? Saves the world. Because you can create infinite brooms. The world now has an infinite supply of wood. Doesn't need to chop down trees anymore. And we fix global warming. And also, Callie, because you switched your answer, negative 200 million points again.
Okay.
We could do another one. My voice is getting a little tired, but we can do another one. Nope. Nope. Oh, we did this one last night. Oh, whatever. Let's do this one again. Okay. Would you rather be able to fly, but only at walking speed? Or would you rather be able to be invisible, but when nobody is looking? Da 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 da
Da da da da da da da da da da da da da da da da da da da da. Floor is open. -5 points. No, you don't. We could play another game, by the way. I have another game we could play if you guys want to switch up. It's pretty fun too. It's more of a total invisibility. You can't even be picked up on like with heat vision or spectral vision. It's like you vanished from the world. Only humans. Walking, if anything, landing, you land even slower. You fly at the fastest speed you can, and that is more of a light walk than anything. Only humans. No human can look at you. Also, no apes or chimpanzees. Any primate looking at you, you can't turn invisible. You count. You count as a primate. No, it's actually quite pleasure. It's quite a pleasure, but it's the equivalent of taking a very pleasant walk. You know, you can't go fast at all, but it's the equivalent of taking just a very nice walk through like your neighborhood or through some mountains or like a park or something. You know, for as long as you have energy. It's a physical activity, so you have to continuously do it. Nope. Just like Superman, you just fly because you can fly. I don't know. Maybe they are. Well, now that you mention it, there are, in fact, disembodied eldritch apes running around. That is a thing. Incredibly simple.
As easy as it is to, like, walk.
There's always trade-offs. There's always trade-offs. Callie, Tio, do you have any questions? If not, the flow. As long as nobody's looking. You can turn invisible when nobody's looking at you, but you can fly, or you can fly at walking speed. I should post these as a pinned comment, I guess.
My voice, guys, my voice is getting a little tired, so.
The floor is closed. Boo. Floor is closed. Floor is closed. Okay, what does everybody pick? Callie is the last person. Okay. The answer is flying. You managed to save, although not particularly great for action and fighting, you are perfectly suited to being able to, as search and rescue.
And in your job as a search and rescue flying person, you manage to save a future Nobel laureate who will invent time travel, invent space travel, enabling humanity to explore the very reaches of the universe. Do you guys want to? We can keep playing. Do you guys want to play a different game? My voice is a little tired. That's a fun game, right? It usually takes a second to get people acclimated to it. Partly because you have to Partly because you have to usually do a bad round first. Okay. So this is called the Leonard Maltin game. You can play this with almost any critic, but... So here's what we're going to do. Here's the game. I'm going to read a quote from a Leonard Maltin review. I'm going to read a quote from a Leonard Maltin review for a movie all of you definitely have seen. I won't pick some obscure one. This is a mainstream movie. I will read... yes. I will read something. I will read. I'll read a line. I'll read a line from a review, and your job is, and the game is to see if you can guess the movie. Does that make sense? So I'm going to read a line from a review, lines from a review, and your job is to guess the movie. Okay? The movie never runs out of fresh, funny ideas, which interlock into marvelous mosaics and subtle changes to the character, subtle changes in depiction of the female characters. Oh, I picked a very mainstream movie, like something you probably will all know. No, but same company. This is a highly enjoyable film with laugh-out-loud gags, ingenious plotting, and endearing new characters. By the closing scene, I found myself marveling at the emotions that were stirred. The answer is Toy Story 4. Leonard Maltin. Leonard Maltin. Oh, my voice is very tired. My voice is actually quite snoring. Leonard Maltin. Let's do Roger Ebert. Roger Ebert. Okay, new movie. I'm just trying to find something that won't give away what it is. They have relationships that seem fully formed and resilient enough to last through the whole movie. Even if the plot mechanics were not about to make them to another level between two men, there are echoes of the relationship between Howard Hughes and Noah Dirch in Scorsese's The Aviator. Oh, that's a reference that's not going to get... The actor's performance is intriguing, unexpected. He doesn't behave like most superheroes. He lacks the psychic weight and gravitas. Yeah. Let's see. Nope. Another of the film's novelties is that the enemy is not a conspiracy or a spy organization. It is instead the reality in our own world today. Arraignments are escalating beyond the ability... Oh, God, I forgot Robert Ebert uses a lot of big words to control them. In most movies of this genre, the goal would be to create some bigger and better weapons. The movie is largely found on its special effects. When somebody isn't talking, something is banging, clanging, or laying rubber. Hey, Servo, how's it going? Good to see you, buddy. We're playing a modified Leonard Maltin game. So I have a review of I have a review that Roger Ebert wrote, and I'm reading quotes from it. And the game is to see if you can guess what movie I'm talking about, what movie he's talking about, without me giving specifics away. You think you're up for it? I'm picking big movies. I'm picking big movies, by the way, so you won't have to worry. Okay. Yes, I know I was looking at sets and special effects, but I'm referring to the reality of illusion, if that makes any sense. With many superhero movies, all you get is the surface of the illusion. Specifics. They have relationships that seem fully formed and resilient enough to last through the whole movie, even if the plot mechanics were not about to take them to another level. Between the two men, there are echoes of the relationship between Howard Hughes and Noah Dirch in Scorsese's The Aviator. Okay, you're getting closer. The actor's performance is intriguing and unexpected. He doesn't behave like most superheroes. He lacks the psychic weight and gravitas. The fact that the actor is allowed to think and talk the way he does while wearing all the hardware represents a bold decision by the director. Closer. You were closer with Batman. Tom Servo Crow has got it. It was Iron Man. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Iron Man. You're probably thinking of Falcon. Okay. Yeah, I said I wouldn't get. I said I wouldn't give you guys like hard ones. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a movie. I'm trying to think of a movie everybody would have theoretically saw. Okay. Sure, why not? This is an older one, but this is definitely one everybody has seen. Every once in a while, I have to think I have. Every once in a while, sorry, let me start again. Every once in a while, I have what I think is an out-of-body experience at a movie. When the ESP use a phrase like that, they're referring to a sensation of the mind actually leaving the body and spiriting itself off to China or Peoria. When I use that phrase, I simply mean my imagination has forgotten it's actually present in a movie theater. Okay? You're in the right era. This is, by the way, one everybody has heard of. In a curious sense, the events in this movie seem real, and I seem to be part of them. The movie, he says it in the actual review, I'm not saying it, works like that. My list of other out-of-the-body films is a short and odd one, ranging from artistry like Bonnie and Clyde or Cries and Whispers to the sick commercialization of Jaws and the brutal strength of Taxi Driver, or whatever level, sometimes I'm not sure, they engage in so immediately and powerful. To me, it happens to me. Ooh, Ebert was a good writer, I always forget that. What makes this movie experience unique, though, is that it happens on such an innocent and often funny level. It's usually violence that draws me so deeply into a movie, violence ranging from psychological torment of a Bergman character to the mindless crunch of the shark's jaws. Maybe movies that scare us find a more direct route into our imagination, but there's hardly any violence in movie. That is quite famous and has sequels still being made. Even when it is presented with essentially bloodless swashbuckling. Instead, there's entertainment so direct and simple that all the complications of the modern movies seem to vaporize. The movie is a fairy tale, a fantasy, a legend, finding its roots in some of our most popular fictions. The golden robot, the lion-faced space pilot, the insecure little computer on wheels must have been suggested by the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, and the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz. The journey from one end of the thing to the other end. Direct reference. The chivalry of Robin Hood, the heroes of Western villains. This movie... Yep. You got it. This is his Star Wars review. We were playing another game before. This one's a little harder just because it's... you have to kind of have a little bit of trivia knowledge. Oh, my voice is very tired. Yeah. I cut out. I read. You read past all of the direct references to the movie. The point is to see if you can gather it from. You can figure it out from the non-relevant ones. Anyways, my voice is so tired. Oh my god. I might need to take a break in a minute. Because we were doing a whole nother game where I had to talk nonstop. How's it going, Crow? Caesar, if you're still here, Crow is a really good artist, too. I'll give you a shout out. And they're working on... Are you still working on your fighting game? We were doing a much more complicated game there a minute ago where I had to talk constantly, and I've heard... Yeah. I would need to go downstairs to get some water in a minute, and I will probably do that. was thinking about that. I've been playing a fighting game recently. I've been playing a little game. I don't know if people have heard about it. It's about street fighting characters called. It's about these characters who fight in the. Holy heck! Oh my goodness! 1 second. Let me subscribe. Let me give this a like, and I'm gonna. Here's Crow's fighting game. Look at this. That's so cool. That's so cool, dude. Yeah. No, that's so cool. Hello, Jen. Hello. How's it going? Good to see you. Pre-alpha. What, you're not going to put it on Steam Greenlight right at the second? That is so cool. I remember when those were just sketches. That's so cool. Jen, Tom here just showed us. Oh, darn. Ads over there. But Tom over here just showed us a very early sneak peek of the game they're developing, and it looks really cool, actually. So how are things going, Jen? Yes, it is very cool. We're talking about you, Tom. If I could, what engine are you using? I'm curious. I'm good. I'm good. My. I just found out about this a day or two ago. I have all my I have 5 of my little cousins coming to visit the house in a couple of weeks, along with their parents. Is it the which one is it? I'm curious. I'm sort of trying to teach myself game development, so not any like serious I'm thinking of trying to make a visual novel, so I'm trying to learn a little bit of how to do it. So I'm just curious now how people are doing fighting games. I'm just curious how do you have programming experience? That's cool. I know about Mugen, but that one looks a little slicker. Oh yeah. Well, my news that I've been playing Street Fighter 6 is probably not as exciting, but still.
Okay. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. But you can make Peter Griffin fight Otacon in that one. Yeah. That's so cool. Okay. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you can't like license like. Oh man. Hey guys, I need a break for just a few minutes. I'll be back in like 10, 15 minutes if that's okay. I'm a little tired. Okay, I got plenty of energy. I want to keep going. I just need to stop for a sec. Okay? Hello. I know. Hello. I've procured some chips and salsa for me too. I'm actually quite cold, but no. One second. Hello. How's it going? Like an old person now. Why'd be so cold? Sorry about that.
People are still here. Hey, yeah, Tom. It was really cool seeing you. Good luck on your game. When you get it done, if I'm still doing this, I'll play it on here. I promise you that. Okay, I'm very cold. God, it's cold in here. mean, just. I might be getting just a tiny bit loopy here. I'm very tired. Okay. How long has it been? Like 4 hours, 3.5 hours? I mean, that's a good enough stream. What do we think, guys? I think I'm gonna call it here. Have a good day, everybody.